There's a lot of factors that go into making somebody successful or making somebody go to the next level of what it is that they want. Not a lot of people see those uh, actions. Not a lot of people understand what it is that they dedicate their success to. But one thing is that everybody is afraid of the word talent, or everybody feels that they are not talented enough to become a professional athlete, to become a singer, to become a doctor, lawyer, whatever it may be. A lot of people say that those people have talent, or that they were born with pure talent. I mean, we hear that all the time in society, and we hear that a lot when it comes to dealing with athletes or with rappers or singers or actors. We hear that, oh, I can't do that because they're talented. But what we don't know is what's done in the dark will eventually be brought to the light. So with that said, if talent isn't working hard, then hard work will always beat talent. And there's an equation by Angela, I can't think of her last name right now, but she has ends up writing a book, and basically what she had said was it takes 2 parts effort to equivalent to 1 part talent. And that's basically what it is. I mean, if I have someone who's very talented and they're not working hard, and I have someone that doesn't have talent at all, and they're putting in the effort and they're working twice as hard, then they're going to go a little bit further than the person that's just pure talent. Because if you're continuously doing work and repeating it, so you're in a repetition and you're consistent with the work that you're doing, you will eventually become talented. Because talent is just knowing what it is that needs to get done and being able to do hard work at a high skilled level. And some people, like you said, naturally have that. But some people don't have that at all, and they have to put in twice the amount of work. But they still end up having the same amount of talent in the end because of the work that they're putting in. And if you're putting in a lot more work, you're going to get a lot more results out of it. So when we hear talent, don't worry too much about it. Because if you're doing the work, you stay consistent, you're repeating the same actions to get yourself better in life and better with whatever it is that you're doing. Prime example is, let's just say, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan wasn't born with natural gifted talents, but what made him so great was the fact that he put in the work at a young age and he consistently stuck with it. Same thing with Stephen Curry. He consistently put in the work, and now he is known for his talent, but when he was born there was not the same amount of talent. He wasn't born with the skill level that he has right now. So with that being said, that means that he put in so much amount of work that it looks like he was born with talent, but instead he learned how to have the talent, and he learned how to harness his craft, and he put in the work that was needed to be done. Prime example is Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson was actually God-gifted athletic talent, and whatever he did, he was always extremely good at it, and that's what took him to the NBA. But once he got there, he didn't put in the work that was needed to stay there. And one of the most famous clips that you probably know is, we're talking about practice. I mean, it was taken out of context, and that's not exactly what he meant, but he wasn't showing up to practice at the time, and he wasn't putting in the work that was needed, and Kobe never had the same amount of God-gifted talent that AI had, but Kobe ended up becoming the better of the two because of the amount that he put in. So take that into consideration with whatever it is that you want to do. You don't have to be talented, but if you put in the amount of work that's required to get you to where you want to go, you will eventually learn how to get the talent. You will eventually become talented because of the amount of work you're putting in. 1, you're putting in work. 2, you're putting in the extra amount of work to become talented at what it is that you do. And 3, you have to stay consistent. You can't do it on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. You have to do it Monday through Friday, Saturday and Sunday. You can take a day off once, twice maybe, but you have to continue doing it repetitively. You have to stay focused, and you have to continue with it. And I think that's where a lot of people lose the focus, or a lot of people lose it, is the focus. I mean, staying focused for that amount of time is very draining. And a lot of people can't stay focused for that long period of time. They can't stay focused for 30 days if they have a goal. And that's where it is. And a lot of people say that New Year's resolutions, after about 14 days, people start falling out from the gym. But when you wake up on January 1st, you're ready to go. You're good to go. You're hitting the gym. You hit the gym the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th. And then day 14 comes. You hit it, but then day 15 comes, and then you tell yourself, I'm going to give myself a break. And then the 16th comes, and you lost the focus and the drive that you had to stay there. So you end up falling out of your focus, which ends up putting your dream that you wanted, or your resolution that you wanted, or the fitness that you wanted out of effect, because you no longer are consistent with it because you lost the focus. So if you keep the focus, you put in the work, you can become talented at what you want to do or where you want to go. So don't let talent scare you away. They may be more talented than you. They may have more skill than you. They may be born in more opportunities than you. But the one thing that you can control is you should never, ever, ever be outworked. They should never outwork you. Ever. And a lot of people say that, well, you can't have a consistent work ethic because it's bad for you. But you know what? In order to get to where you want to go, sometimes you have to give up a lot. And sometimes you have to have that insane work ethic to get to where you want to go. And people are afraid of that. People are scared of that. And fear is a huge thing, but we'll get into that another time. But don't be afraid to be different than anybody else. And don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't be afraid of the work in general. Put in the work, and you may have to sacrifice 6 months, a year out of your life, but it's going to separate you tremendously from the rest of the pack, because they're not going to want to put in that work. They're not going to want to stay consistent for a year. They're not going to want to get the focus for a year, and they're not going to put in twice the amount of effort. So it's the small things that you do consistently that's going to separate you from the pack.